Good afternoon, my name is Doug and I am playing the Crust. And this is the third episode of my fourth base, so let me fix this right here. Duh. Okay. And let's take a look and see what's happening outside on the base. That's the truck. Obviously it's not going where I thought it was going. So let's correct that right now. Unknown outpost. Investigate. Go for it. Otherwise, let's start the game and go on downstairs. Take a look and see what's happening down there. Okay, so this is about half done. Do I have anything like a kitchen? No, but I do have the hydroponic farms. I am not ready. Well, hell. Get these in. So at least my people will be ready to put them in when they get the resources for them. Okay, now a lot of full production, so I've already taken care of that. Right. Okay, that's everything. So everything is so frozen up, can't do anything more. Throw a high priority on that to get people down there and working, but they've got some other things to work on first. Okay. We still don't have any movement there. That's finally built. That's a good thing. We just freed up everything there. How much room do I have? Yeah. That's gonna be a problem. And now I'm gonna let everything go there. This doesn't have any power yet. I want to get this done, so I'm not really going to interfere with this. Okay, well, we just let it run. Because it's building the stuff I want to have built. Okay. Let me see how these guys are doing. Must keep my drillers busy.
Research complete.
It's a union thing. Keep the drillers busy. Okay. They were getting there. Whoops. There we go. They almost thought they had their job done. Must keep them busy. Okay.
Research complete.
And we can now do hauling drones. That's good. Hauling drones transport multiple units of a single resource type, greatly accelerating pod loading. However, remember they do not maintain modules or deliver construction materials. Okay, for these tasks, standard drones are still required.
is the heart of our base, responsible for all computational tasks. Our automated production requires enormous computational power. Every module built and every drone operating uses CPU. We will soon reach the limit, and to continue construction, we will need data centers.
An important note, if I may. Data centers are very particular about installation conditions and require a lot of microcircuits and microprocessors. It would be more cost-effective to focus on optimizing existing production. More technologically advanced modules consume less CPU. By studying new technologies, we can replace low-efficiency modules and free up CPU for other tasks. For example, one large solar panel generates almost as much energy as a dozen small panels, with significantly lower CPU costs. Around the research post, there is a leveled platform and several small buildings. Wheel tracks are leading away from it in different directions. Inside the structure is disarray. Items are scattered, lockers are open and emptied, emergency crates are opened and emptied. In some rooms, there is a large amount of research equipment and materials. There are no people to be seen. They clearly left the outpost in a hurry.
Okay.
Based on what I saw, the outpost was engaged in studying photosynthetic microorganisms capable of living in a vacuum and zero gravity. Director, send drones to study the materials. This will aid in further research.
Love to do it. Can't until we get an expedition center going. But we will as soon as we can. Research complete. Okay.
Objective achieved.
And we need social.
Objective achieved.
Now that we have ice mining, we need to learn about oxygen facilities to create a life support system. Complete the appropriate research and build an electrolysis plant.
I believe I have already done that. Let's go back underground. And yep, there's the electrolysis plant right there.
Objective achieved.
To ensure that the colonists feel safe indoors, one electrolysis plant is not enough. It produces oxygen, but we need a backup plan. Call me a pessimist, but I've heard enough stories about sudden water and power outages leading to the deaths of entire base crews. Let's make sure this doesn't happen to us. Construct a compressed air tank, an oxygen receiver, so we can have reserves for a rainy day.
Objective achieved.
I just did. Now our colonists won't die from lack of oxygen, at least not until they run out. That's a good start. Keep in mind that additional rooms at the facility will be uninhabitable until we connect them to a source of oxygen. For this, each room needs ventilation. It will distribute not only oxygen between the rooms, but also heat. And that's what I've installed there.
Director, we now have living quarters. It's time to make them habitable. Build beds, a farm, and a kitchen. The new residents will need them. Hydroponic farms will allow food to be produced as long as there is access to water. A kitchen will allow colonists to cook and eat. As for the purpose of beds, I bet you can figure that one out on your own.
Okay. Now I am curious, because I was having problems with this last game, if 2 electrolysis plants will create more oxygen. So we will find out. I just ran out of power again. Oh, that's right, I was in the middle of wiring that in and got distracted. So, they may be built, but they're not wired. And that means they're essentially useless. So, we'll see how that goes. Okay, the truck. Or the, yeah. Anyway, go to 1 for the scan. Okay, nothing there. And we'll send it to the transit center. And go back to 3. And down below, which is without power. Never a good thing. So we'll see what happens. La-di-da-di-da.
Research complete.
Okay, so I have built all of my infrastructure now. So basically we will see about automated kitchen, yes. Okay, social. Go. Get the bed block. And just because I know I'm going to need them, go ahead and fire those on there too. Okay. Bugger amount of concrete. That's what's slowing things down. Let's take a look at this. I have 28K. But I have a lot of aluminum. Let's go and see about selling it off. Active. Market. Sell. And aluminum's at a very good price. So we will switch this over to the courier because it can carry more. And we will hit it up with as much as we can stuff in there, which is quite a bit. Okay, got a lot of titanium. Let's go ahead and finish that off as well. There we go. $4,200, okay, and that's 169,000, which will give me a fair amount of money. So yes, I am selling off all of my aluminum, which I try not to do. You always want to leave some in reserve, just in case you need it. But there's not much that uses it. Okay. And let's go ahead and put this back here, because I'm going to be removing this. Then powering it from here. Of course, we'll have to wait till we actually get some units available to do that. But I'm also going to put a third smelting furnace in there.
The logistics station comprises a complex of buildings, including a large structure built into the crater wall, and several technical buildings in the vicinity. Preliminary scans indicate an inordinate number of people inside the residential block of the station. The facility is owned by the ACIL concern, and their representative is quick to get in touch with.
Hello, Director. I'm glad you're here. Could you support us by providing supplies and spare parts for repairs? There are more people at our station now than we'd planned, and we need help. After the disaster, tons of survivors started flocking to us from all over the area. But we don't have enough food or medicine to feed and treat them, and the life support system has started to wear out due to the increased load.
Survivors have gathered here, forced to huddle together in the cramped quarters of the small station and suffer from a shortage of food and medicine. We could assist them in their accommodating corporations for free, or offer to sell supplies to them. Alternatively, we could refuse to provide any assistance.
Well, we're not going to refuse, but ACL is on Earth and has no problem with money. So
Well,
we will-
Director, we agree with your proposal. All labor must be paid for, right?
Yep.
Everything comes with a price, especially when it comes to food and medicine. It's fortunate that we were able to reach an agreement with the conglomerate, Director.
I mean, I hate to sound cold, but people may be here on the moon, but the corporation is on Earth, so they can damn well pay for what they need here. Aluminum. Okay. Priority and get this done. Monthly. Yeah, we're definitely running low on money. Okay. We're going charging this at 232, 231, that's good. Well, okay. Okay, there we are. Now it's going to get built. There we go. And I do not have the money. Well, I do, and I'm about to get a whole bunch of money. I hate to gamble like that. Batteries are good for 20 days. Whoops, 19 days. 17 days. I hope that's just this. Now, why is it falling off that fast? Obviously, I need a few more batteries. Oops, wrong key. Shift. 2, 3. And we'll do 5. And then wire them in. Okay, and they never actually reached 100%, so we will slap on a couple of most of the night. We will start at the low titanium. Okay. To be honest, I'm pleasantly surprised. You set up the habitat module much faster than we expected. We managed to predict the exact landing time of Hope 2 and figured out how to delay its collision with the moon. If you manage to send the parts to the station, you'll not only gain some extra time to set up the space, but also give the crew a chance to repair the damaged rescue capsule. This is a chance to save more lives, Director. So
Your colleagues have already received the new technology for building the landing platform. Prepare the materials and send them to the station as soon as possible. Remember, sloppiness could cost someone their life.
So we need a landing platform and components to send to Hope 2. Begin preparations immediately. The station may collapse at any moment.
The landing platform is now ready to operate. I've got everything set up. As soon as the pod arrives, the drones will fill it with resources,
They're here.
and the cargo will go to the Hope Station. You can see it in the pod's interface how much material is left to load.
Not much at all, but we're still going to give them
Research
priority.
complete.
Okay, the medical block is done. You notice I'm not pausing the game anymore, but that's mostly because it's just running as fast as I want it to. Everything is going the way I want it to. Okay, transit station require all kinds of resources. Let's do... Oh, excuse me, let's do a search. See if we find
Thanks for the
anything.
delivery, Director. With that, we can patch up the escape pods and be able to rescue everyone. I'll have Diani arrange to repair the thruster immediately. We'll try to stabilize the station and buy you some more time to prepare.
I'm not here to lecture you, Arthur, but I advise you to start repairs on the power unit. There should be enough solar power to maintain life support systems and run the remaining engines.
Flight Engineer Nicholas Baker speaking. The Commander is busy repairing the second escape pod right now. Thanks for the advice. We'll see what we can do with the new parts. We had long since scrapped the idea of getting the panels to work using our resources.
You hang in there, Nicholas, and tell your man we won't abandon them. They don't have to worry about that.
Thank you, really. Hope is all we have right now. And transmission.
During a conversation, Crust's projected date for the station's collision with the moon has just been updated. Given the new circumstances, it looks like we have a little more time to prepare.
Okay, so let's try this again. So, anything? Does not look like anything. Nope. Okay. Back out onto the lunar surface. And let's see, we have a temporary shelter there, an observatory there. We will go to the temporary shelter. Transport. Send the rover. Okay. And back to the surface and under the surface. So that was down essentially and then got repaired automatically. That was a nice thing. Being able to repair things automatically really is nice. Since this is full, everything is getting sent through to these guys at this point. 478, that's going to be a problem. So let's set up more. Just getting filled up, isn't he? I'm just about out of power. Excuse my language. I've got to get that issue resolved. I thought I had it resolved, but duh. Okay. And there goes the power. Okay. Fortunately, it's not going to be out for very long, but still, it's the oxygen is depleting. I don't know why. There's nobody there breathing it. Okay. And we have power again. Fullness. Charging, but no charge rate is shown. That's probably a bug. We'll need to report that. Okay. Computer still isn't done yet, so just need to keep going. Oh, hey. Yep. Just got the money there. That's good. So let's go ahead and upgrade these. Try and get things moving a little faster. Upgrade these. That one. I think everything else is upgraded. Wrong keys. Okay. 122 smart concrete.
Research complete.
25. Yeah, I can do that. Research complete. Let's see what we have here. Fundamental Science Lab. I haven't even been touched by blue. Nor has that. So that's got about a week, and then it's gonna go to blue, so green will fade out. Let's get the carbon fiber factory going. And same thing, orange is going to click over. So
Director, this place was clearly inhabited until quite recently. Judging by the items left behind, they could be survivors from MT4, our ill-fated base. I'll contact their employers at Evermoon. Director, we've been contacted by Mr. Holloway, the CEO of Evermoon Corporation. That's whose base we're running now. They've lost contact with their employees since the explosion and are asking us to try to find them. We can use our rover to do that, but Crust may not be happy. What do we do?
we'll help.
Thank you for agreeing to help. We received several fragmented messages from survivors at MT4, but then the communication was lost. We have sent you the coordinates of one of our complexes south of MT4. Maybe someone managed to take shelter there. Please check this point first. With your assistance, we have a chance to save them. Good luck, Director.
Okay, south. I won't be there. So, before I do that, slow this down. Zoom in. And do a search. Nope. Okay. South. Okay.
Director, finding surviving employees of another corporation is a worthwhile endeavor, but it's not our primary concern. Your emotions should not influence your decision-making, and I personally will make sure of it if needed.
Is the radio off? Good. Fuck you. And we have 142 days to get everything done. Beds. Okay, there are those guys. And the kitchen we will put right there. And the refrigerator we will stick in the corner here. Here we go. Okay. This is something I should have done a long time ago. I'm gonna stick a charge station down here. That way they don't have to run all the way upstairs to charge. Kill that. Sorry about that. I hate crossing wires. So, there we go. Okay, and then back up to 3. Do I have everything ready now? Looks like it. 389. drillers aboard. Can't have board drillers. That's bad juju. Bad.
Just give it to you.
That was the wrong key. And W to go up. Nope. I missed. That off. Keep it busy for a little while. I'm gonna have to get these walls up anyway. Okay, the base is down. This still needs to get built.
After thoroughly scanning and exploring the area, the rover discovered a protective case with a tablet near one of the doors. In addition to research data, it contained a text file.
Collapsed due to a powerful explosion. Kate and the others didn't make it out, and Tanya is seriously injured. 6 of us are alive, including me, MT4 Chief Robert Podolsky. The outer part of the complex was almost completely destroyed by the blast wave, and the electricity and life support systems are offline. We have a working vehicle, fuel, and oxygen supply. We have enough to reach the Evermoon 3 observation station. Let's see if they had more luck.
No biological or any other activity was detected in the complex.
Okay.
Director, that's our Robert. If there's any hope that he's alive, we should keep looking.
Let's go. The lunar surface. Forehead. Okay, before I leave here, let's do a quick scan. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay.
Director, colonists will come to the base to work, not to relax. Build a fundamental science lab so they can help generate fundamental science points. And don't forget about the medical block. The healthier our employees are, the better they will be able to perform their duties.
And that's gonna be food. Okay. Fundamental science block. Rotate. Put it in this corner, but I think we'll put it in this corner instead. Okay. So, that did seem to increase the oxygen. Much better. Yep. Okay, and I just want to try this and see if it works. See if this gives them a bit more. Oops, I think that's facing the wrong way. It is. Now, hopefully that's the right way. just extend this couch. Nope, we won't. Let's see, any other chairs available here? Don't think so. Nope. Yeah, all this is. Coffee table, couch. I think it goes that way. We'll give it a try and see. Some relaxation area. My employees have gone a little on the crazy side in the past, so we want to give them a hand. Okay. Drill that out. Yeah, it's almost night. Huh. Close. No cigar though. Okay, let's see what's getting researched. Quest log. No. There we go. Okay. Nothing I can do. 95. And I'm out of power.
Research complete.
Director, Alice,
Conveyor.
I have
That's
great
nice.
news. There's an opportunity to capitalize on our lunar venture in a faster time frame.
You must have slept through the latest news. A meteorite just hit the moon. We're short on resources and time, and all supply shipments to Earth have been cut off. But surely you have a brilliant idea.
Director, we're in a unique situation. There's no alternative to lunar production on Earth, and we've made excellent progress in restoring production. Even basic resources will go for extremely favorable prices. Right now, the ACIL company is requesting a batch of silicon to continue producing building materials. You can accept the contract at the control center.
I have lots of
We need a
silicon.
landing platform to exchange resources with Earth. It's a good thing we built one recently.
So let's look at this contract. ACIL. They give me research points, that's good. 18 grand, don't know if that's so good, but we're gonna fill it anyway. So, the Orbiter S1 is the cheap one. We're gonna do 75. That's barely anything in that cargo pod. we will send it. Gonna skip the training of the contract system. You can look at one of my other videos if you're.
The research
not sure
station
how
was
it's supposed
badly
to go.
damaged by the explosion. The radar towers were destroyed. The solar panels were also hit, but some of them are still working. Rover's equipment also detected activity underground. Someone may be down there. However, the door to the underground complex looks sealed. The activation panel is malfunctioning. To its left is scratched out "Traitors," and there are tracks. Someone has definitely been here recently. Now, there's just mangled equipment, a huge sealed door, and tracks leading away from the station. The LPS system on the rover will help us find them. Run a scan near the research station.
Go lunar?
Director, the lunar proximity scanner emits a focused beam of electromagnetic waves. These waves propagate rapidly, covering the area around the scanner. When the waves encounter an object within the scanning zone, the LPS visualizes its location for the operator. If a hidden object is present in the outer scan radius, the LPS will indicate the route to the object. When a hidden object is within the radius of the rover's inner circle, activating the LPS will accurately display its location.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, 3 for the transportation.
Objective achieved.
Great job, Director. The funds have already been deposited into our account. At this rate, we'll soon recoup our expedition and start making a profit.
Oh, of course, we didn't have more pressing issues for which the dispatch resources would be useful. But no, Director, we didn't miss out on short-term gain.
Thank you, Alice. Oh, good, we've got the repeater. Take care of that here in a bit. New contract for Malachite. They want 120 steel, which we can do. Go to 3 so that we get this going. There's the outer circle. And now we
discovered a damaged transport. There were no employees of the Evermoon Corporation inside. The transport's logbook survived, and the rover is transmitting the contents of the last entry.
What caused that explosion? An asteroid? Nuclear strike? What could hit so hard? It doesn't matter now. Tanya's condition has worsened, and medications are running out. Supplies, oxygen, all running low. The transport runs on solar panels, but soon it'll be night, and we won't survive it. We'll head towards the sun, try to buy us some time. If only those bastards at Station 3 had let us in. They survived. I heard knocking, but they didn't open the door. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe in their place, we would have done the same.
Either way, we need to hurry. Without the sun, we're as good as dead.
It's a tragedy. By the time the sun had set, they had no chance of survival. Thank you for bringing the matter to a close. We will notify their loved ones.
It's because you didn't have enough batteries in that thing.
Director, there's more. We found an audio recording that appears to be Robert's.
I don't know why I'm recording another one. Apparently, I miss you and the kids. I'll be home in 2 weeks. This time, we'll go to the mountains. I've had enough sand and beaches. Work, as luck would have it, hasn't slowed down a bit. Alloway insisted on mining right on MT4 and hired a company to do it. They seem to be nice young people with interesting developments. Their Alice reminds me of you when you were young. She's pretty and talks too much. How long has it been since I gave you flowers? Anyway, I have to run. There's something going on here.
I'll make sure this is passed on to his family.
Contract completed. Another 19,400 in relations. 0.2 of. And then fundamental and engineering points. We can use those.
Director, there's news. In short, I've signed an agreement to complete several contracts on our behalf. There was a frenzy on the market, and I couldn't delay. Competitors were ready to restart production on Earth, or sell off their remaining reserves for such prices. But I beat them to it, and pledged to deliver the resources. Now, it's your turn to show that we're indispensable partners, and reliable suppliers. You'll find the accepted contract under the Active tab.
Director, a horrific tragedy happened to the MT4 crew, and I can't help but wonder what happened at Evermoon 3. Robert said they weren't allowed to go inside, and the rover clearly detected activity inside. But I still can't believe a reasonable person could do such a thing. We can break the sealed door, but that would require sending drones and materials. What do you think?
We're gonna
Director, I see them in the database as accepted. Mr. Ledger has outdone himself. This is not just unprofessional, but also extremely irresponsible. How about notifying before signing rather than after?
My job is to secure the most lucrative contracts for the company, Ms. Vance. And if a few small deliveries are too challenging for us, we have no business being in the market.
Director, I'll deal with Ledger later. Try to focus on active contracts. It's very important to ensure these deliveries are on time.
Okay, so let's go back below. Research the engineering lab, yay. Okay, so it's going to be about 7 days. I need that. And then 2 days. Gonna be this next. Contract. Let's go 150 and 95. We'll have 150 by the time they come pick it up. So let's go ahead and deliver. And we're obviously doing okay on money for a change.
Research complete.
Okay, far ahead. Research complete. The sociology lab is done. 45 days. 13. Fundamental will be next. Let's get that knocked out because I'd like to clean up the base. Okay, back underground. And we have some science stations to place. Fundamental. Here's the engineering. Which we can put right there. And then the sociology.
doing a great job, Director. Execute the next contract on time, and I will personally pay for Ms. Vance's therapist.
It's about time, considering you're one of the main reasons to visit him.
So we sit back and watch. We are out. Oh, smart concrete. Probably time to keep the drillers busy. Must keep the urgent contract. Can I do this fast enough?
Research complete.
No. 130, and I have 24, so I have to make 6 more before. Let's give it a try. Research complete. Oh good, the Expedition Center is done. Let's do research. Okay. Let's get the Flight Control Center. There.
Research complete.
Days. 4. He's got that and that. I think that's everything right now. Okay. Need 3 more. There's 1. project is done. Let's see what. Yeah, we did it well within the.
Objective achieved.
The
Nice
funds from the
period.
contract have been transferred to the account. Keep up the good work.
That helped a bunch, and that's a lot more research points. So let's go take a look at my research. Okay. And this is why I have to. Okay. Can't do that yet. Components. In the middle of the barren landscape stands a lone control tower. There are no obvious signs of damage, and the structure seems to have been abandoned for some time. There are no people or the usual rover in sight. Emergency boxes are empty, and the only interesting thing is the information from the control computers. According to it, a supply convoy was supposed to pass nearby but never reached its destination. And I have gotten a whole bunch of research for 30 days, which I really appreciate. Going up. Let's center this. Slow it down. Ah, excuse me. And we're going to do a search. And then we're going to move in that direction. Oh yes, I went past my normal scan perimeter, but it has to be within the outer circle.
Director, the ASIL Corporation needs materials for desalination stations. We can't leave the region without drinking water, can we?
Research
I
complete.
don't have, well, those are building pretty fast. And I do have those, so I will accept that contract.
Director, we've completed research that will allow us to disassemble the remains of the Evermoon base for resources. Every unit counts right now, and they won't be needing the ruins anymore. The Universal Removal Tool can be accessed from the right-click menu. Shift, chain selection of rubble for removal.
Okay. But for right now, I am working on this. And there we are. Okay, 3, get this thing going again. Research complete. That would be the recycling. And we go through the waiting period.
The convoy was transporting several tanks of liquefied fuel and a couple containers with various spare parts and electronic equipment. It seems that the vehicles were seriously damaged and buried under collapsed rock. You can immediately send a cargo truck to collect the easily accessible cargo, or you can try to break up the rubble with a rover. It will be necessary to send drones to excavate most of the cargo, but the operation to retrieve it might be risky.
We'll wait for the drones. Yep, we need an expedition. To send drones or colonists beyond the base, an expedition control center is required. Build it so we can organize an expedition. And I do believe we're going to call it a game there, so we put that on pause. Thank you all for joining me. If you have any advice on my style or gameplay, please let me know. I appreciate it if you give us a like or a share, and y'all make comments, please. You have a nice day. Take care.